Ready to go? Wait, you tell me to hit. Okay, all right. Hello and welcome to the Dragget Show with Dragget and Ferret together. I am Xander and this is Alkali.
I'm not here!
We're going to do some introductions real quick. We are joined by some very special guests. Right over here we have awesome YouTuber and artist guy and drawer everything, Zillion! What's your channel again?
Imaginatively unimaginative, and I appreciate all of you who watch me scream at a camera, get angry at Adobe Premiere, and sometimes upload a video.
That sounds like podcasting. Well done. We haven't had a laptop for like 3 weeks. Like, that's fine. They don't want to hear us. Then we get the hate mail. Like, oh, we need to get the laptop back.
Because audio editing is for pussies.
That's right.
Can confirm.
Moving on, we are also joined by Furcast here. To start out, here is Paradox.
Don't clap.
And Pharaoh.
Once again, my friend there in the middle, could you show me your golf clap again? Have you only experienced golf through Happy Gilmore?
Let's see, leave it alone.
I absolutely love the golf clap.
We are also joined by Lord Pendez. And of course, let's give it up for Alkali. I want nothing.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I saw a line outside of the room and immediately assumed I was in the wrong place.
Oh, that's not as bad as me. I did the Berry Talk show earlier today, and I was all the way over there, and okay, I don't know the room names, because I forgot a map. I've been going this whole con without a map, so I'm running left, right, center, up, down, and people are just like, oh my god, it's hi, bye.
That's old school, man.
I ran all the way over there, asked, saw somebody say, oh yeah, I'm heading to the Dragget Show in the Rosemont. Fuck.
I actually like that, man. This is the only con that needs Google Maps. Yeah. We need an internal Google Maps, like, boom, boom, you are getting late. Oh, great, thank you.
Well, there is that Telegram function. Well, not that, but...
So everybody in all of my Telegram groups, Telegram chats, has been referring to locations in the lobby. You know the big statue? Everybody just calls that the dildo. And so everybody's just like, oh yeah, I'm by the dildo. Like, that's where I am. And everybody in our chat's like, where's the dildo? And they're like, you know, the dildo.
Hold on, so your entirety of location finding is, I'm near the dildo? Is this why so many people have been knocking on the door to my room? Just a little miscommunication. Yeah.
Well, I would prefer any instruction of phallically shaped monuments rather than being completely clueless running pretty much a marathon this weekend.
Yeah. Does anyone else have a stepometer? Anyone else have a stepometer? All right, here we go. If you are today over 20,000 steps, you are par for the course. Do not give yourself a round of applause. That is how MFF works. This isn't a fur con, it's a health clinic.
Well, at least MFF got over nice and quick so we could get to the real event here, which is, Regline Con.
Regline!
Oh, yeah.
It never ends.
That's why I flew in on Saturday.
No, I love it.
Oh, is this happening already? God,
Yes.
no. Why?
So I give you apple pie moonshine.
Real moonshine?
Yes.
Homemade moonshine?
Yes.
In a bathtub moonshine?
No.
In your bathtub moonshine?
No.
In a Gatorade bottle.
No. Please, no. And also,
Alex is really suspicious.
5 dick shake
Thanks. Hold on. You're giving that to him in a Gatorade bottle? I want to see that commercial where LeBron James is down in it. And just like hitting the court. And he's just swerving everywhere.
Alright,
boy.
let's see if I go blind.
Go for it.
Your sweat will turn colors.
If you go blind, it ain't the skin.
Congratulations, you didn't kill him.
That's not what we congratulate people for.
He was quiet for a second, so I feel like that was actually like a moment.
That was his moment debating whether he should have somebody taste test it first.
I had Xander taste testing stuff, but it didn't work out. What? God damn it!
It's a pilot.
No, it's a time traveler.
Oh, yes. Time pilot.
Time pilot.
Official cookbook.
Walking Dead cookbook.
Guys, I have the book on how to cook corpses!
Oh, sweet.
Who wants to come over for a cookout? Bring your ex!
What?
I've seen what you've done with coal and liquid lighter fluid, and I don't want to be anywhere around that.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes, I saw that.
My driveway did too. There's part of it that's white now. If you've ever seen it, Xander put that in the reel-to-reel, not outtakes, but our flame reel.
Yeah, sure. Fire.
So if you ever see the one where Miko and John basically set fire to concrete, my driveway is very discolored now, and every time John comes over, I get to watch him look at it, look at me, and go, yeah.
I mean, it's okay. We burned hope with gasoline.
You better hope.
Yeah.
What kind of Pandora's box did you shit in?
We had to film this video. It's one of the videos on our YouTube channel, but basically we needed a picture frame. And so we were driving because we had to go to this location, and we needed a picture frame. So we went to the dollar store, and unfortunately they didn't have picture frames. What they had instead were those cheesy things
quotes.
that are like Jesus and hope and like. They have like little cardboard things.
Jesus.
So we bought it. We were like, that's a couple bucks. And we ripped the little cardboard thing that said hope in it out. And then we're like, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna throw it out. And then we were at a gas station filling his car, and you just go.
I love gasoline. It smells good. What happens if we just dip this in gasoline and light it on fire?
We were just like, wait a minute. We're like, we know what we need to do. We need to destroy hope. we're like, oh my god. And there was one of those like just the light just like, oh, that's it. We're like, this is how we're gonna do it. We knew how we were gonna film it, knew how we were gonna do everything. We had all the plans. We destroyed hope. We blew it up.
You could have sold that at a Chicago museum. You realize that, right? I've seen some modern art. That would sell.
Oh, that actually brings me to my favorite story in the Chicago O'Hare Airport. So before I was a furry, I was doing the summer camp for aviation. And what ended up happening is there was basically an exhibit at the airport of art. And what ended up happening is there was a curator there because there had to be a curator there or else somebody would probably steal the art because it's Chicago. And what ended up happening is I was looking at this one painting and the curator comes up to me and it's like, and because I did art, I knew what art looked like. And I was a pretentious fuck. So what I ended up doing is I was looking at it, it's like, do you like the piece? It's like, and I just look at it and it's just like, looks like it was painted with somebody's dick. Do you want to know what the face he gave me?
That means you're not wrong.
And I just looked back at it and was like, no way. Now I want it.
I still want a portrait by Picasso.
Oh, Picasso. Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Picasso. You know who they need art by? Andy fucking Warhol.
Yeah!
Warhol.
What?
You like soup? How about 4 of them?
Andy fucking Warhol.
Here she is 4 times. I'm Andy Warhol.
I'm Andy fucking Warhol.
God, this just reminds me of the stream. Remember? 4 drawings.
Oh, yes.
4 drawings. Andy fucking Warhol, bitches.
Andy fucking Warhol.
I just want to say the con thing is the friendly skies. I'm so proud that I haven't seen any drones around.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Sorry, Street.
Ladies and gentlemen, a member of staff and terrified of everything that we say, Street. All right, you heard it right from MFF. Please do not fly drones in the hotel. Go immediately to crashing.
So if someone attaches the propellers to a bad dragon dildo and flies that through the lobby, is that okay?
No, that's literally.
It's only okay if we have Flight of the Valkyries playing and attack the dildo statue.
There's a story about dildos with propellers.
There's a story.
Microphone, right behind the table.
Okay, there's a story about this hotel and dicks from the sky.
Just give me a
So
moment.
for those of you that don't
I just need a
know,
moment to take that in. Okay.
I do a lot of the contracted hotel space for here in the convention center. Literally, this is all of the keys for the hotel. It's terrifying. Don't look directly at it. But when we first got here, we were trying to figure out all the space, what we're going to do. And Bad Dragon was like, oh, we want to throw our own event. And we kind of went, what? And if you didn't know, at the very top of the elevators in the atrium, used to be a restaurant. We use it for the shiny sponsor reception. It's really nice. It goes around the whole area. It's a beautiful view, and it actually rotates. And it's really fucking cool. They shut that restaurant down many, many years ago. We still use it for our stuff. And Bad Dragon said, we want to hold an event up there for our own people. We can have a private event and have it catered and have alcohol. And I went, no. And
It actually rotates.
Oh, it does that. Yes, it
The
used to.
centrifugal force is going to have so many
Incredibly
dildos
slowly.
on windows.
It rotates incredibly slowly. And when we were first here, the engine was broken, so it did not rotate then. It's fixed now. It's awesome. But the hotel asked us, and they said, well, this group wants to do this. What do you think? And I went, oh, God, no. And they went, why? I'm like, they make dicks. They make lots of dicks of various sizes, colors, shapes, and tastes. There's a little bag there of maybe their mini weenies. And that was when they were new. And I literally looked at our context of the height and said, unless you want an actual hailstorm of dicks from the sky onto your lobby and your registration desk, this needs to be a no. And our wonderful hotel contact looked at me and said, I appreciate your honesty. Fuck 'em. Dicks from the sky were avoided ever since.
I want to see it though. It'd be the sexiest blitzkrieg.
Okay.
Guys, give it up for Straight.
Okay, no, see, you can see it. It's just, you have to do it in your own home. But let me tell you how. It's just a slightly less deadly game of Russian roulette, but only just. What you do is you attach dildos to your ceiling fan. And then you all stand in a circle. One of you's gonna get hit in the face.
Well, as I've told Paradox, I want to actually turn one of our fans, instead of it actually being the blades of a fan, just, 5 chances of dildos, and it just spins around and flops. I mean, the airflow is going to be terrible. The sound effects will be great.
Those years are really aerodynamic. Just be like, excuse me, what's up with your electric bill? Oh, okay.
No question.
Alkali, we have to up our dildo game.
No,
Yes.
you do not, because you are forgetting when we first joined the
Ooh,
fandom.
ooh. You think my cat's scared of the fan now?
Your cat is afraid of everything! We had company over last week. We were having a party. Everything grinded to a screeching halt because his cat popped her head out and sat in the room judging us. And until that moment, we had found out that at least 5 people in my house did not believe we owned a cat.
Ghost cat.
They thought we were just shitting in the sandbox in the corner.
How big is this cat?
She's a perma kitten. Like, this thing always looks like a kitten, but it's so terrified of everything. And Alexa scares it, and she has figured out how to trigger Alexa, which means it's just a cycle of shitting herself. You can tell that she activated, it's just pee, shit, cat. It's like, oh, Alexa turned on. Great.
No, sometimes she will shit, scare herself, and not bury her shit.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, God damn it.
I was just more worried about whoever was shitting very small or someone who was shitting very huge. If there was a cat like a puma or something that you had in your house.
Now we just got a puma hanging out. Thank you. It's not a puma.
Not the puma.
Not the Puma.
God damn it, dude. Who was that? Nicely done. Oh. It's not a
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
One of our other hosts is in the back of the room right there, in suit.
Oh, hi!
Do we have questions?
I forgot. I'm doing them now. All right, so if you subscribe to our Patreon at some random level, I don't even remember anymore. 10? Yeah. Great. You get to ask us shit, and we make fun of the question and then ourselves. So we're gonna start
that's a really good idea. We should do that on our Patreon.
I'm excited now.
No, there are some bad questions.
Oh, I'm ready.
Sometimes we have to email people. It's like, here's the answer. This email will self-destruct in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Patreon.
I can tell you, but I'll have to kill you.
Patreon, what's that?
I was going to put it on.
It's the only thing that loves us. As a YouTuber or a podcaster, you're just like, Patreon, you understand me. You'll let me have health insurance.
Excuse me, a Patreon has just withdrawn their $30 per month.
All right, our first question from Wheat Thins. Hi, Wheat Thins.
Hi, Wheat Thins.
Hi. Oh!
They're in the audience.
You're in the room.
You're a delicious snack.
That's unfortunate.
I want to smother cheese on you.
Anybody in Navore?
There are, okay.
I appreciate your honesty.
Does anyone notice there has definitely been an uptick in the amount of people who are openly in Devore and an uptick in the amount of furries who are naming themselves after food? Coincidence?
I think the height room is helpful.
From Wheat Thins, this is a nice one. Wheat Thins, thank you for the question that has nothing to do with sex. Apple or pumpkin pie to fuck on Thanksgiving? Never mind. Which would you rather fuck, an apple or a pumpkin pie?
Apple, it's got ridges.
I feel weird if it was a Granny Smith.
Oh my God, Xander, I'll be like IBM, I'll fuck a Macintosh.
No, that apple fucks you.
No! You leave cereal alone.
We have answers for everyone? I guess we got
Can I just say my grandmother ruined pumpkin pie for me forever?
No, you may not, but you may tell us the story.
Yes.
So it was actually this Thanksgiving, I was gonna bring pumpkin pie over to my grandmother's house. She goes, oh God, don't bring that over here. I'm like, oh, you know, we just made it, it's brand new. She goes, no, I worked at the hospital for the longest time. All pumpkin pie reminds me of is just a pile of baby shit.
It's not wrong.
Happy Thanksgiving! Guys, the Dragget Show. It may not be funny, but you learn something that will terrify your family.
Or scar you for life.
I really want to be at that table at Thanksgiving. It's like, so, how's work? That looks like baby shit. Do you have a baby? Not that I know of.
Would you like a second helping?
Ask the baby shit.
Not just seconds, turds.
Where did that come from? I pulled it out of my ass.
That is why he is Lord Pandez. If you didn't know the origins of the name, he is the Lord of Punch-Up. I have nothing but admiration for your sick, twisted mind.
Thank you.
All right, second question. We go over to Shukin from Shukin. Hi, Shukin.
Shukin!
You're here. Hi. Oh my God. It's weird that the question people are showing up. I don't know how to feel about this.
I was just looking to meet them face to face.
We are in our backyard.
If it's a bad question, can we all stare at them?
Oh, yes, we can.
And judge.
do that on the
And
podcast.
judge.
I like this now.
Can they come to the front of the room?
We want to stare into your eyes while we answer the question.
Everybody should is actually really good support of the show.
You should have him read the question.
I totally agree. Shukin, would you please read your question if you don't remember it? Here it is.
Do you regret this?
What's your funniest camping story? Also, drink, would you kindly?
Oh.
All right, he got me with a would you kindly. I'm gonna stick with one poison. Oh, fine, I'll try. Oh, cheers!
Oh my, okay.
You move booze in a radius. I take it.
All right, I have a way to answer this. This is a really funny story, because it's how I got into the fandom.
Nice.
So let me tell you the story of how one single backpacking trip made me a furry.
All right.
Okay, so what ended up happening is I used to do 4-H, and what we ended up doing is my mother said, all right, it's summer, you don't want to go, fuck it. You're going on a backpacking trip. And I was like, okay. By the end, like, due to certain unfortunate circumstances, my brother got sick, a bunch of other people didn't go, so I was stuck with 2 people who just joined 4-H. This one girl who was really nice, her brother who was a dick, and this one other kid who was just looked as, like, more pasty than a cancer patient, and this other really tall guy who was like with a neckbeard, obviously. So we obviously know which.
I think a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Not enough scrotum face. All right. So, what ended up happening is obviously I'm camping with Neckbeard Boy. And what ended up happening is we got these little notebooks. But you give kids notes, and we were supposed to jot down like our journals of what we did, the magical experiences we had out in the wilderness. But no, we're kids. All we do is draw dicks in the books. And
Are you sure this was in gay conversion camp?
Every camp is gay conversion camp if you're bored enough.
what is the saying for submarines? 50 men go in and 25 couples come out.
Holy shit.
It's true.
Okay, continuing. So what ended up happening is the first night, so I've always been, this was like when I really started getting into art. It was like my 3rd year doing it. I was junior year in high school, and what ended up happening is I drew dragons, because why the fuck wouldn't you draw dragons? Dragons are cool as shit.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Well, there was a tumble once.
Yeah. Oh god, you know you're a real loser when you even feel like killing yourself.
Whoa.
Okay. Anyway, my bad. That was too far. All right.
No, it's not. That was just proper humor for the show. We are sick people. Thank you all for being sick people with us.
Okay.
I've never
Anyways.
in my life.
Okay. I'm sorry for that.
Continue.
I am legitimately sorry for that comment. But, okay, so I stayed, and he decided he wanted to draw too. And he was like, yeah, no, I draw a little bit. And I look down at what he drew, it's like, looks kind of like a pony. Are you a brony? And it's just like, the guy responded back like this. Ooh, and I'm just like, this is edgy me. I used to play sports, like extreme sports mountain biking, so I'm like this jock's like, I hate furries, I hate bronies, and I was just like, shit. Because I'm stuck with this guy for a week as my roommate. But he was really nice. Did the best Mickey Mouse impression I've ever heard. It was great. Nothing like waking up in the morning. He's like, oh, I'm gonna murder your family and rape your wife. To really get you up in the morning. It was.
See, when you say impressions, all I can think of is this con a few years back when one of our roommates sounded exactly like Hank Hill. So he just kept calling other rooms and be like, Strickland, I can't come in today. And literally would just go through all of the stuff and be like, Lady Bird. Jeez.
So that was the second night. And then by the 3rd night, I used to like this old show called American Dragon, which basically which is basically the furry conversion show. Like, that was the conversion, like, you know how you have stages, like, we had Robin Hood, we had The Lion King, we have Zootopia now. It's like, that was, like, in the 2000s, American Dragon was like, yeah, you're a furry now.
The new Spyro? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, I grew up in the shit age of, I grew up in the age of shit 2000s cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot what the question was.
Right. No, it was like, what's your camping trip? So, we got on the discussion of furries and basically he's like, yeah, they're not all that bad. And it's just like, I asked, he's like, hey, Theory, you're a furry? He's like, yes. It's like, fuck, damn it, I'm stuck with everything I hate in one tent, and I'm not miserable. So I think I should probably rethink my life. And then a week after I got back, I decided, why not? And I drew furry, and then I was like,
Oh no.
shit, I like this.
Damn it.
Look who you turned into.
Oh yeah, if like edgy high school could see me now, he'd just be like legitimately like looking at me like, yeah. Shit.
We actually have an artist friend whose real reason for getting into furry art, and it was the most breathtaking explanation I've ever heard, says, I went to school for art, and penises are just two straight lines in the head, but animal cocks are weird and imaginative. And for a moment I was like, dude, you are so brilliant. I never thought like an artist. That has to get really boring. It's like, and penetration. But now it's animal cocks like, wee, this'll kill half of you.
Have you ever seen a duck penis?
Oh no, it's great.
No one hasn't survived. No one has seen a duck penis and survived.
That was the scariest video I've ever watched in my entire life.
Oh, it's too fucked up.
Oh my god.
Are you talking
Where he
about
squeeses the duck? Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
That is a fucked up video.
An artist showed me.
So just so you know, we all know dolphins, rapists, yeah?
It's true.
We know that ducks, worst rapists. Female ducks, their vaginas are just mazes.
It's like a labyrinth.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that means they have so much.
A labyrinth.
Holy
And the
shit.
explanation was not as funny as that. Moving on.
Oh, it gets really funny because I'm asexual, so when I look at porn and stuff, it's just like,
That's cool.
well, it's like, because one of the things, especially when drawing it, it's like you mess with the anatomy in ways so that you can show the giblets. So it's like, that penis is kind of far off from the crotch region. Are you sure that's really where it's supposed to go? And just like, yeah, the intestines are kind of fucked there. And it's just like,
They go that deep with it? Holy shit.
no, it's cute. It's just like, oh, that arm's really long, so that looks like it's wrapping around and choking them. But like, if it were really drawn like that, it would be like half that length.
One of the things that blows my mind is whenever like some person, you ever come into contact with somebody, maybe at work, maybe somewhere, where they're like, man, have you ever seen like a horse dick? Like, it's crazy. And I'll just be like, yeah, I know. And they'll be like, what, so you seen one? And I'm just like, But it's one of those things where you remind yourself that normal people don't, know that much about.
I could say normal people have nothing to do because my school used to do donkey, I think it was basketball, and that ended real quickly when one of the donkeys went in heat and there was a bunch of erections all across the basketball floor in the court of the high school, and then one of them went and all over the floor, and that was the last time we ever had a donkey show.
You just wait. You're gonna learn all this stuff about dicks, and then you'll be in the perfect situation where it's a category in Jeopardy.
You are close. There it is. Oh, good, he's here. It was one of the first times that he had ran password.
Oh no.
That's right. Iggy, why don't you stand up for a moment and wave to the room? Iggy is our resident game show expert. Now, Iggy, give him a microphone. Go ahead. Now, Iggy was in charge of, and I do apologize, which is the one that's multiple things. You can just keep talking until they say the word. Is that password?
No, that's pyramid.
Pyramid. It was pyramid. The very first time we did pyramid, maybe close to the first time, and it was here. It was MFF years and years ago, and he was running it. And one of the categories was a very cleverly named way of saying animals. It was all different types of animals. And do you remember what happened, my friend? It's a long time ago. It is a long time ago.
There's been a lot of categories.
Oh, then just look at the audience and I'll let you remember, and they can watch the expression. He handed me a card of 6 different animals, and the moment he handed it to me, I realized that as a furry, I knew how each one of them fucked.
Memories are flowing back.
Now, that would have been enough of a story as But the greatest part of this was, so did my partner. So if I remember correctly, it went, Carl Dick Duck, fucks for half an hour, lion, rapist, dolphin, we got 6 in 15 seconds, all without a fuck. And as we finish, to uproarious laughter in the room, he puts his hand on my head and turns it to see the con chair. I will never forget that moment in my life because I've never seen you more pale. Awesome. Guys, give it up for Iggy.
Another question?
Does anyone else have a camping story? Does anyone else have a short camping story? Oh, thank you so much, my dear. I really appreciate it.
Well, I was going to camp with you, but I wrecked my car, so I never got to do that.
Yeah, you didn't get to go camping because you suck at driving. You have a camping story?
Yes, easily enough, I slept through a tornado.
What? How? Okay, is that a short camping story because you died? Because there are so many questions.
I'm a sound sleeper. And while everyone else was fearing for their life, with huge trees coming down, probably the size of this table thickness, and everything else across the lake, the tent was like sucking in and out, and here I am.
What the hell? Do you have your white noise generator set at? Thermonuclear detonation?
Oh, how relaxing.
Just set it to the Voltron theme on loop.
Unlike saving me though, everyone left me in the tent and went and slept in the car. This was my parents. To add to that story.
We can make more.
Oh no, it has to be a low sound.
What the shit?
I'm just wondering, are you the Meg of the family?
Are you the Meg?
No, I'm the oldest child, so they've already had enough experience with me. So
he is the like bottom, and everything. Like in our house, like you're a fox and everybody else is like wolves, and you have to live with it. Even your wife.
Was your dad just like Ivan Drago? Was like, if he dies, he dies.
He went to a gas station to get a sandwich, and they ran out of the buns, so they gave him 2 bottom buns. And I'm like, this is your life.
Oh.
It was terrible.
All right, we're all going to work with this next one. This next question is for Twister Manewski. Hey, Twister.
Hey, Twister.
You son of a... Would you like to read it?
Sure. I don't remember what it was.
Here, go.
Get a bunch of questions.
Turn towards the audience. Let the phone fix itself.
Okay. Given Thanksgiving is coming up, holy shit, this was a while ago.
This was a while ago.
Yeah.
All right, Thanksgiving's coming up next year, guys.
You had good ones. We thought this would work really well. We forgot that this was after Thanksgiving. Shut up, Twister!
You are tasked with creating a Dragget Show rendition of the famous turducken. What's in it?
We kept this one for you guys to do live because we're going to need everyone up here's help. Guys, we have to recreate the turducken Dragget Show style. What the fuck are we doing? We're not making a turfucken! A turfucken is the same as a turducken, but a little bit more salty right in the middle.
Oh, it's the guy who fucked that chicken sandwich on the Twitters.
So,
Yes.
see, you know how to basic?
Oh, yes.
I feel like that's just what you guys would do, just with slightly more dildos.
We kept watching How to Basic, all the videos, the fact that like he never has any pants, and we're just sitting there like, who could that be? That's like
We
10
actually
people
thought it was our
we know.
friend Meek.
What?
We thought it was our friend Meek for the longest time.
All right, so turduckens, we need a large thing to start it off with. Because you did.
Isn't your species going extinct?
Well,
I mean, let's just say this is the only way I'm getting stuffed.
is Pandez, and we do have the Walking Dead cookbook, you're right? So far, so good. Now, what are we jamming into Pandez?
Katana!
I'll tell you what, are you just having us murder
The
each
statue in the
other?
lobby.
Wait, he said there was a katana story.
The katana story was literally just told in another panel. We are not doing that again. We are not doing that again.
You made love to a katana?
No, with a katana.
You asked later. You will not.
Was it the soft edge or was it sheathed?
You shut up!
There are so many questions.
You know, I still like the audience suggestion of Xander. Just Xander.
Seatbelts! Alright, so far, in my mind, Pandez came over for a nice Friendsgiving. He might have bought coleslaw. We looped up Xander and as Pandez entered the house, Xander, wearing a full football uniform, bent over and ran into Pandez's ass.
Can it be a slip and slide?
Slip and slides are now necessary, yes. You slip and slide into Pandez's ass. And Pandez, your immediate reaction would have been...
Ooh.
Alright, we have 2 layers. We do need the 3rd layer of the Panda Dragon fucking ducking. Oh, God damn it!
If it involves dragons, we need cars.
Alright, he's right! We drive a Buick up Xander's ass. And why can we do that, everyone? He's Pod Dragon!
So that makes it a Pandruic.
Actually, Nico's also a red panda, so it's a panda.
As an artist, no. I will draw a lot of things, but this is not one of them. I draw the line at sexy kiwi.
Rule 34.
Hey, they are absolutely right, guys. That is not cool. They are artists. That needs a 3D animator.
No, shut up.
No. We'll just reenact it with the puppets.
I forgot about the puppets. Every once in a while, Xander will bring the puppets around the house and it scares the shit out of me.
See, the thing is, now you just gotta you're gonna walk up to the RC car, like a hobby store, and it's like, oh, why are you buying this RC car? We're shoving it up a puppet's ass.
The worst part is, if it's a hobby store, they're like, yeah, we just need the money.
It kind of reminds me of all the body parts we have spread over our house.
I was gonna say, is puppets worse than the body parts that are all over our house?
So
we have mannequin parts everywhere.
So we had this leg, like a mannequin leg, and it's Paul the Leg, which has a Twitter account, by the way. It has more followers than any of us. And Paul goes to parties, Paul travels, Paul goes to cons. But anyway,
Paul had an adventure last MFF that didn't even involve me.
Paul got bedazzled, then Paul had a sex change. Paul had a fursuit for a while. But anyway, so
Paul was dropped by my parents.
It became a thing, and then our fans started sending us just mannequin parts. So now in our living room and in our kitchen, we just kind of people come over and they're like, oh, you have like a man's torso over there. We're like, yeah.
If you have cops come over, they're gonna think there's bodies in the basement.
Okay.
Right away.
So I actually have a story similar to that. My brother is my brother's an artist, and so he's like, oh, I always wanted to do this one art piece with a mannequin where I write stuff all over it. And what ended up happening is he got the freaking mannequin, didn't tell me. It's in the trunk of my car, and I'm just like, I'm not going to jail. Okay, after that, I told him, get it out of the car. I'm going to get pulled over, and I'm going to have questions, and I don't know how to answer them. So we put it in the garage, and because I was working on this thing in the garage, every time I walked in, it's like, I was like, ha! Damn it.
That mannequin is your friend now.
Alkali.
No, the man, it was great. It was great having the mannequin there because it was like, I'm sleepy, I'm working late. Oh, okay, I'm awake now. And then it's like one day I walk in, it's like, yo, bro, why the fuck does the mannequin have tassels on it now?
We have a duct tape dummy that lives in our basement.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a duct tape dummy living in our basement.
Where did that even come? Didn't you guys find it somewhere?
It was Lacey. It's Clarissa.
Yeah, it's a name. It's a name.
Explain it all.
It was in all the Differently videos. It was thrown off a building.
Yeah. If anybody's seen
That's
Differently.
called hoarding. You are hoarders.
Alkali,
Yeah, we still have the
do you want to tell everyone what happened when Sears went out of business across where you're from?
Tell them about the art mannequin.
The fast version of it, because a lot of people here have heard it, the Sears across from First Square, the convention that I run, went out of business. Their last day in business was the Friday of our convention. And the following call came out over the radio. This is security to, just listen. There are mannequins all over the hotel. Please advise, because these guys went across the street to Sears, and apparently somebody said, how much for all your mannequins?
Everything
First Squared is the proud owner of 30 mannequins for $10.
It's like that Doctor Who
Have been
episode.
disassembled.
Yes. You just turn around. So I just want to know, do all the other appendages, do they have names and Twitter accounts? Like, do you have like a Harry the Head and, Bob the Buttocks?
There was a pair of legs that went around everywhere.
Yeah, they're in our basement right now.
Oh shit.
Everybody signed them, and somebody signed it on the crotch, Dragor.
I need you guys to have all the mannequin parts to have their own Twitter, and then form Mannequin Voltron, and I'll form the butts. You missed me at AC though. That was bad.
I heard.
I was armed and dangerous.
Oh, that was you. Yeah, I heard too, because I have access to security logs.
So
Why don't you tell them what you did, asshole? What did you do with the hands?
A lot of things.
Oh, was this with the cop?
I felt like a cop.
Is this the thing with the cop that I remember you telling me about?
It is one thing to get handsy with a cop. It is another thing if in the official report there are quotations around handsy with a cop.
Along with won't stop making puns. You were like on a roll. I was bad. Stop. It was really bad.
All right, so we went from turducken to
Mannequins. And the most ironic thing is that we all have mannequin stories.
It's kind of scary.
this one's from Eggman. Hi, Eggman.
Eggman.
Hi, Eggman. Eggman?
No.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
Eggman asks, have any of you played Deltarune? Any thoughts?
It's really good.
There's a lot of porn.
Really good. Did you really just say I've made a lot of porn of it?
No, I said there's a lot of porn.
Oh, okay. What?
Yes, which makes him that much better to burn.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm getting turned on.
Oh, I get such a hard on right now.
I want Zoe to draw the art of it.
No.
No.
Okay, so it sounds like a lot of us have not played this game.
No. We
Xander,
just,
you played it? What do you think
Yeah,
of Deltarune?
fantastic. I saw so many cute cheap boys wander. I saw like 3 or 5 of them. The one in the green and the pink. Rousey, yeah. It's fantastic.
when I saw that game out, when I saw the game come out, I'm just like, oh, shit, come on. The Undertale fandom just died.
It's back.
I know, and it sucks.
It's full of determination.
I'm
joking.
Xander
It's determined
all of
not to
these
die.
new games. Some of these games are like indie games.
Has he played Shower with My Dad?
I've had
Yes. I have played
There
that.
were too many dads. I couldn't do it.
There are too many.
In order to win Shower with Your Dad, you have to save 69 dads.
I couldn't save them all.
Yeah, it was too difficult.
It's actually a fun game.
It is a really fun game. It has good music, too.
Did you get past 69 dads?
No! No, I did not!
What is this game called again, and is it streamable?
Yes.
Yes.
Alkali. The first achievement is it's now in your achievements. You can't hide it anymore.
That's really clever.
Another question?
I think it's the last question. Yep, last question from Erner. Oh, Erner couldn't make it.
Yeah, you can make it.
Oh, God.
Don't pre-read it. Don't pre-read it.
No, I saw something in there. It's like, oh, wait, hold on. No, it's fine.
Oh.
I'm so far away from MFF right now and feeling a little lonely. So we're all gonna need a little bit of help. Guys, if you know what we're talking about, join in. If you don't, join in twice as much. Tell me a pod dragon fairy tale, would you, Dragget Show?
Oh my god.
Once upon a time, there was a dragon with an insatiable asshole. Go!
No matter what he stuffed in it, it was like a massive black hole sucking in all of its surroundings.
Go!
Try as he might, nothing was satiable. So,
He looked on E621 for tags that matched what he was into, but could find nothing. His craving was insatiable. I don't.
Hold on, he's asexual. I want to hear what the asexual has to say.
Okay, all right. His craving was sensational. He went out on the streets, begged, I need more, but no one answered.
Xander?
So he went on the streets begging, please, could you spare me some change to shove things up my ass?
And change they gave him. That's right, the Canadian toonie, one of the largest coins out there. And he, like a slot machine, hit the jackpot. What? You're an improv artist. I can fuck with you.
There it was, jammed inside, the queen smiling outward at anyone observing it. Little did you know that a simple tug on the front let you coins from the back.
Not even everyone in the reg line was enough to satisfy. Some of you were into that.
I don't know how to handle myself in this.
And then when Pod Dragon did indeed shit out the royal coin, it was a royal flush.
Unless he just had pepes, then it's not so
Oh
solid.
my
as is tradition.
Yeah, okay, so I'm an engineering student. I don't understand Chipotle. It breaks the second law of thermodynamics. It goes in cold and it comes out hot. How does that work?
Magic.
That's a really good question.
The human body is a catalyst.
Welcome to Chipotle, where we defy the laws of physics.
Welcome to Chipotle.
Which chemical reaction would you choose today?
Welcome to Chipotle. You're playing Russian roulette with your colon. Good luck.
Which strain of E. coli would you like?
Welcome to Chipotle. Oh man, I can't remember the guy's name, so never mind.
I always get this really funny image that Majir is like the only person that goes to his Chipotle and he's like the only one keeping them in business.
Welcome to Chipotle. We make Neil deGrasse Tyson cry.
I have a story.
Okay.
It's about a Chinese restaurant nearby my parents' house, actually, not where I live anymore, but
This isn't Chipotle.
you know, it's not Chipotle. You know the story, I believe, and it involves a deer.
Oh no. Oh.
So one day, for whatever reason, and it's mostly like a takeout place. For some reason, so a car hit a deer.
Does anyone like venison?
And the owner of the restaurant saw it happen through the window and thought, He went outside, and they decided to get the deer, and they decided to bring it into the restaurant and slaughter it in the kitchen.
Wait, you're forgetting a major part of the story.
There's a lot of details, but I'm going to slowly give you guys the details here. So,
it was in operating hours.
it was, if they had done this not during business hours, and it was private, and it was done in the back, it probably would have been okay. But this was during business hours, with people in the restaurant,
While a health inspector sat inside.
and instead of carrying it in, they dragged it in, not through the back door, but through the front of the restaurant, with blood trailing through the restaurant. And they would have passed food safety inspection if it wasn't for that. And all of the reviews on YouTube, or on Google and on Yelp and everything, all of them mention the deer incident. They'd be like, oh yeah, my wife and kids, we liked it, but except for the deer incident. But it's pretty good, like forced of it, except for the deer incident.
And then my General Taos tastes like venison.
They have a great birthday cake, but they drug Bambi through the front door. 1 star.
What the shit?
That restaurant lasted about another year and a half, and then it eventually closed.
Yeah, that did not close it in New York.
that didn't close it.
That wasn't enough to close a restaurant in New York. Just think about that for a second.
No, I'm from Chicago, I understand. We actually watched a woman do this. This is at a very, very well-known Mexican restaurant in Chicago. We ordered a huge amount of food from them for the office. Myself and Trent went to pick it up, and we watched this old woman who is deep frying, what's the chili pepper stuff? Stuffed pepper, I don't know.
Poppers.
Sure, poppers.
Molly's?
She's like, here we go. So she drops it onto the floor, looks at it, looks to her right, looks to the left, and then looks directly at us and goes, walked over, you won't get that one, and just kept cooking. We have gone there once a month since. Guys, before we end this up, I just want to thank everyone up here. We are at our hours. Xander, if you would kindly do our wonderful outro.
All right, guys, outroductions. Everybody, here's Zillion. Yes. Paradox. Pharaoh. Pendez. Alkali. And I'm Xander.
Guys, as we leave, we're about to do something special. So we started a little bit late. We totally understand if you have another panel to get to. That's not a problem. We will be leaving right after this to go to a panel ourselves. But for those of you who've been around long enough to have witnessed the Dragget Show, you know that it is time. Now, we had something very special planned. We're going to tell you what it was. We will reveal it to you guys in time. There's obviously a problem. You understand what's going on. But it could not happen tonight.
Scheduling.
Yeah, big time scheduling. It has happened. The blood ritual has been written. It is horrid. We will never record it. It will never be recorded. But we will sing it for you guys. So sometime soon we will be getting Pepper in here. Keep your eye on your Twitter, your Telegrams. We might send it out to our wonderful fans. But it's just not something that's going to go out to the general public because it is horrid. So in lieu of that, what's up?
Until everyone records it on their cell phones.
Oh no, we know that's going to happen, but we're just trying to wait for us to get, shocked. So at this point, we are going to go over to the charity story, which if you don't know the rules for this, if you have a recording device, if you have anything like that, please turn them off right now. Guys, we are going to tell you the story of street babies. If you have recording devices, this is the time to turn them off, guys. Thank you again. Thank you for everyone who recorded this, and those of you on new YouTube, have a good night. The hat is going to be cast.
Silver Gato Man, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gato Man, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gato Man, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.